Hello and welcome back. Again, we have the tube tester in place and ready to test a brand new tube that was given to me by a gentleman from Nova Scotia. But I can't remember his name, and here's the sad reality of the story. I have a Kuba floor model stereo, and at one point I thought I had issues with it powering on. And the gentleman from Nova Scotia sent me this power tube. It's brand new. It's Amperex, I think it is. And he thought that might have been the issue. Here's the story. This gentleman in Nova Scotia had tens of thousands of tubes and had connections to the United States and around the world when it comes to tubes and stuff like that. And he was very gracious enough to send me that tube back then to get my tube radio working. But what it turned out to be was a bad connection on the fuse, the little glass bottle fuse. One of the ears were slightly bent out and not making contact, and that was the problem. So I soldered the ear back in place, and it's been working fine ever since. However, I never did get to test this tube. Now, I have a lot of tube radios, as you know, in the recent barter, and I guess some of the tubes that are in those old radios might be funky and some might be good. So in that regard, I'll be able to at least check those tubes now if I ever dare to tinker with them. So I'm going to look at this book here and first get the number off the tube, which I think is 6AQ8, but I'm going to get my spectacles out here, my binoculars, and confirm. And it says Amperex 6AQ8. So we need to go and find that in the book, 6AQ8. And we're at the A already. Y. V. Go back, of course, Andy. 6AQ8. There we go. 6AQ8. Okay, the filament has to be on 8. Is that right? No, it's got to be D. Andy, come on now. So that's A, B, C, D. G is on 2. I'm looking, there's 2 AQ8s here. I don't know why, but 6AQ8, 6AQB, or 8. Is that 8? Why would there be 2 listings for X6AQ8? No idea. Anyway, one says 2 and one says 7. No idea. 6AQ8 has to be a printing error. Okay. Number 3K. 3K. 6AQ8. Load 30. And socket number 4. So we put this in the socket number 4. Go. And it's on regular. Turn it on. Turn off the lights. See if we're going to get this tube to blow. I think we have to wait a few minutes. I never read the instructions. I'm bad like that. I did watch a video. The light is on. And it's saying no shorts so far. And let that go for a little while. Probably 30 seconds maybe. And get back to reference. There we are. 6AQ. Okay, now let's check, see what is going to happen here. Press for quality. Nothing. Nothing. So, could it be possible that I've got a bad tube tester that doesn't work? No idea. Stand by. Okay, I've moved it to the second listing for the 6AQ8. Oddly enough, there's two listings for the same tube. The filament is D, the G is 7 for that one, and 2 for the other, and 8 and 3 for the K. The load is the same, and the socket is the same. So, guess what? I may have to read the instructions. Let's try this. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Is the tube glowing? Questions. Well, it turns out that it's just possibly a dirty switch. I just sprayed it in, just from the top here, and I also hit the press for quality button, and now I see the tube is glowing. I haven't touched the settings, so it says to wait 15 seconds. Now, it still mightn't work, but at least I know the tube is glowing now, so it wasn't before, so that's a good idea to let us know that it's probably working. So, here we go. 15 seconds gone by. Let's test. Oh, that's a dandy. That's a dandy tube. He said it was brand new. Try it again. Wow. So there you go. If anybody out there can remember the guy in Nova Scotia that dealt with tubes, he had connections all through the States and around the world. I recall having a conversation with somebody, a friend of mine, I think that was in PEI and lived in Nova Scotia or something, and he seemed to recall who this gentleman was. I think his name might have been Bob or Bill. It's a common name, whatever it is. I searched all my emails, my Hotmail emails, and I went back as far as I could, like, you know, searching Cuba, tubes, stuff like that, to see if I could find the information on this guy, and I can't find nothing. So I'm thinking that Hotmail or something must have just dumped a bunch of my emails going way back to the 1990s or whatever time I was in contact with that gentleman, and so I can't find the information on him. But this friend of mine thought that he may have passed away. This gentleman that was in the tube business, this Bill or Bob or whoever it was. And rumor has it, he was saying that he had thought that somebody from Maine or from somewhere in the United States had came up and basically bought his whole collection, his estate collection, whatever he had. That's the story. Anyway, that's a side story. Glad to say that this is working. It's probably just been laid up so long, so I'm going to certainly go inside and hit the switches once again. Lovely to see that brand new tube dancing in the moonlight. Lovely. So anyway, not going to belabor this video no longer. Thanks for watching, and if you have any information on this gentleman that had tubes or anything of that sort, a good story to tell, certainly leave it in the comments. Have a good day.